morning, all of you. Welcome back to a special maths online class because this unit is a lengthy unit and very important unit. So, we have to study each by small portions. Also, listen the class very carefully and noted the measurements of each angle and the position of each angle. Okay. Parallels and angles. In the last classes, we studied about the parallel lines and how to draw a parallel line, etc. While studying how to draw parallel lines, we mentioned the angles. How will you measure the angles when we draw a parallel line? That is the last class. Okay, here in the figure, we can see a pair of parallel lines named L1 and L2. And there we can see another line which cuts the pair of parallel lines. Once again, here we can see in the figure a pair of parallel lines L1 and L2, and there is another line that cuts the pair of parallel lines. The line which cuts the pair of parallel lines is called transversal, which is not in the text. That name is not in the text. The line which cuts the parallel lines are called transversal. That T is noted for the line. Then we can see how many angles? 8 angles. When the transversal cuts the first line L1, there are 4 angles. And when the transversal cuts the second line L2, there are also 4 angles. Therefore, total 8 angles. We can see total 8 angles. That is, when a pair of parallel lines cuts by a transversal, then 8 angles are formed. Then we can check the angles, that 8 angles. So, in this figure, given one angle is 50 degree. Then we have to find out other 7 angles. In the last class, just previous class, we studied how to draw a parallel line. And what about the angle when we draw a parallel line? Here, L1 and L2 are pair of parallel lines and T is the transversal. Then the 8 angles can be named as A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. So, like this. This is a line T. We draw 2 parallel lines for that line. First, here the angle made is 50 degree. That is, the left side of the left angle of L1 is 50 degree. Therefore, here the left angle of L2 is also 50 degree. Otherwise, that lines cannot become a transverse. It cannot become a parallel line. If this angle is 50 degree, then this angle should be 50 degree. This angle should be 50 degree. Then only the lines should be parallel. That we studied in the last class. Therefore, if A is 50 degree, then surely C is also 50 degree because already said that L1 and L2 are parallel lines. If L1 and L2 are parallel lines, then there should be the angles are also same. Therefore, here angle A is 50 degree, then C is surely 50 degree. Therefore, this angle C is 50 degree. Then we can find the other 6 angles. Here, look here. If T cuts the line L1 only, suppose T cuts the line L1 only, then A and H are linear pair. What about linear pair? Linear pairs are supplementary. Therefore, A is 50 degree, then H is 130 degree. Then A and G are opposite angles. What about opposite angles? Opposite angles are equal. Then H and B are opposite angles. Here also equal. Therefore, A is 50 degree, H is 130 degree. A is 50 degree, G is 50 degree, H is 130 degree and B is also 130 degree. Like that, if we consider this T cuts the line L2, then C is 50 degree. Therefore, its opposite angle is also 50 degree. C and F are linear pair. Therefore, F is 130 degree. F and D are opposite angles. Therefore, D is 130 degree. Okay. A is 50 degree. Its opposite angle G is 50 degree. A and H are linear pair. H is 130 and opposite angle B, that is also 130. Then C is 50 degree. Then F is 130 degree. C opposite to E. Then E is 50. F opposite to D. Therefore, D is 130 degree. So, we get all the 8 angles in the figure like this. That is A 50, B 130, C 50, D 130, E 50, F 130, G 50, H 130 degree. Therefore, we can say that parallel lines make equal angles with any other line. Parallel lines make equal angles with any other line. Here, left of L1 50, left of L2 also 50. Then bottom of L1 130, bottom of L2 is also 130, like that. There is another example. Here one angle is 40 degree, opposite angle is 40 degree. This is 140, therefore this is 140. 40 and 140, these are linear pairs. This is 140, opposite 140. If it is 40 degree, then it is also 40 degree. Then also we can find the other 3 angles. Okay. Then you have 5 homeworks for the same. Here are 5 pictures. 7 pictures. Then one angle is given. You have to find out the other 7 angles. One should be remember, the angles are not in the position of the given example. Check their position. Check their positions and write the other angles. Not write the steps. Draw the figure, then mark the angles only. Okay, if you have any doubt while doing that homework, please call me personally. Okay, but you should write these 7 problems as yourself. Then the next angle is matching angle. Matching angle. Here we are going to study some special angles that you should remember throughout the study whenever you are studying maths. Okay, in the higher classes and when we are going to study maths subject, then this is very important for you in your higher classes. Then matching angles. Here also L1 and L2 are a pair of parallel lines. T is the line that cuts the parallel line, that T is the transversal. Then there are 8 angles are formed, isn't it? Once again, if L1 and L2 are a pair of parallel lines, T is the transversal, there are 8 angles are formed. Then we numbered these 8 angles as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. That is for your easiness. Then, here some special type of angles. Here angle 1 and angle 3. Note angle 1 and angle 3. What is the similarity? Both the angles are on the right side of the transversal. Both 1 and 3 are on the right side of the transversal. And also 1 and 3 are, 1 is upper side, top portion of L1 and 3 is top portion of L2. That means 1 and 3 are upper side of L1 and L2 and right side of T. Then another pair 2 and 4. That is also on the right side of T, but both the angles are on the bottom side of L1 and L2. 2 is the bottom side of L1 and 4 is bottom side of L2. That is the other pair. Then on the left side of T, like this, like the above, angle 6 and 8 are both top level, upper level of L1 and angles 5 and angle 7 are bottom side of L2. That means on the right side of T there are 2 pairs and on the left side of T there are 2 pairs. On the right side of T, 1 pair is on the upper side of L1 and L2 and 1 pair is on the bottom side of L1 and L2. Like that, on the left side of T, 1 pair is on the upper side of L1 and L2 and the other pair is on the bottom side of L1 and L2. Total 4 pairs. 4 pair, total 8 angles, that means 4 pair. 4 pair means 8 angles. Top or upper side of parallel lines and right of transversal, 1 pair. Bottom side of parallel lines and right of transversal, 1 pair. That is, on the right side there are 2 pairs. 1 pair is on the upper side and 1 pair is on the bottom side. They like that. On the left side, top side of parallel, top side of or upper side of the parallel line, 1 pair, bottom side, 1 pair. That is 2 pair. Totally 4 pair of angles. On the right side of transversal, 2 pair and on the left side of transversal, 2 pair. So, there are 4 pair of angles have same position or similar position. That is the similarity of the angles. Thus, we can say that if a pair of parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then 8 angles are formed. Among the 8 angles, the angles in the similar position are called corresponding angles. Angles in the similar position or corresponding positions are called corresponding angle. How many pairs of corresponding angles can be seen? 4 pairs of corresponding angles. 2 of them are on the right side of the transversal and 2 of them are on the left side of the transversal. On the right side, 1 pair is on the upper side and 1 pair is the bottom side. On the left side also, 1 pair is on the upper side and the other pair is on the bottom side. That is the position of the angles. Here 1, 3, 1 pair, 2, 4 another pair, 5, 7 is the another pair and 6, 8 are the another pair. These 4 pairs angles are the same similarity. They are in the similar position. These 4 pairs are called corresponding angles. Then we can say that if a pair of angles cut by a transversal, 8 angles are formed. Among them 4 pairs of corresponding angles are there. Then we can check the measurements. In the first example we studied in this class, today's class, that is one angle is 50 degree. Then we find the other 7 angles using the principles. Linear pairs are supplementary and opposite angles are equal. Okay. Then 50 degree. This is also 50 degree and all the 7 angles are marked in the figure. Here, check angle 1 and angle 3, both are 50 degree. Then angle 2 and angle 4, both are 130 degree. Then angle 6 and 8, both are 130 degree. And 5 and 7, both are 50 degree. That is angle 1 equal to angle 3, angle 3 is equal to, angle 2 is equal to angle 4, angle 5 is equal to angle 7, and angle 6 is equal to 8, angle 8. So we can say that all the corresponding angles are equal in measure. All the corresponding angles, that means each pair of corresponding angles, not all the, each pair of corresponding angles are equal in measurement. Each pairs are equal in measurement. So at last we conclude a pair of parallel lines are cut by a transversal. There are 4 pairs of corresponding angles and each pairs are equal in measure. Each pairs are equal in measure. When a pair of parallel lines are cut by a transversal, total 8 angles are formed. They are grouped as 4 pairs. There are 4 pairs of corresponding angles and each pair are equal in measure. For example, if here then 8 angles are named as A, B, C, D and up to H. Then here A is equal to AC, that are one pair. B is equal to D, that are one pair. F is equal to H, that is the one pair, third pair. And E is equal to G, that is the fourth pair. There are 4 pair of corresponding angles and each are equal in measure. Then here also one homework for you. Here is a figure. And the angles are measured as P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W. Here P is equal to 65 degree. You have to find out the other 7 angles which we find earlier. The last homework. First find all the 7 angles. Then find each pair of corresponding angles. First write the pair of corresponding angles and write their measurements. Okay, first you have to find the other 7 angles. Then write each pair of corresponding angles and their measurements. Okay. Listen the class carefully. 1 or 2 or 3 or as many times. Then check the position of the angles while studying or while listening the class. Check the position of the angles noted here. Then only you have to write the homework. If you have any doubt, then ask me personally. Then one thing, all the students of class 7B, C and D should write the homework and send me as personally, not in the group. Send me as personally. Then your time ends at tomorrow 10 o'clock, night 10 p.m. Okay. Up to tomorrow 10 p.m. you can send the notes and the homework as personally, not in the group. The work of today's class should be sent as personally. All the students should write the homework and send me personally. Okay.